Folks, I want to take a moment here and talk to Kim Mozingo, who's the Vice President of Federal Programs for TEDCO, to talk about this new program that's happening so we can go through it. How are you, Kim? Thank you for calling us.
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate the opportunity.
I appreciate having you on. Can you talk with us about the SBIR, STTR program, the purpose and how it works?
Yes, definitely. Thank you. So SBIR and STTR stand for Small Business Innovation Research and Small Business Technology Transfer. And these are programs that are funded by the government. The funding comes through federal agencies. So the government says this is how much your research and development budget is, and these 11 agencies are required to set aside a portion of their budget for small businesses. So this funding is funding that any small business can apply for that has an innovative solution. And it gives businesses a chance to get money from the government to develop their technology. So it supports their innovation. They help small companies create, all these innovative products and solutions and products and solutions that we use today, especially in science, technology, and research. So the difference between the programs is that SBIR is focused on small businesses that have their own innovation. They might be working alone or with their partners. And STTR is really a small business that wants to work with a research institution like one of our Maryland universities.
No, I'm glad you kind of put that out there and help people kind of understand what it is. Can you kind of specifically tell us, too, how Americans, and especially talking about American people, how all of us can benefit from the two different programs?
Yes, this is, and we should know this because this is our tax dollars paying for these programs.
Yes.
So it's important to understand that we get a benefit back from that. So what this does is it encourages innovation by supporting these small businesses. The programs help create new technologies that can improve our everyday lives, everything from healthcare to communication tools to Department of Defense technologies. And then this strengthens our economy because as these businesses build out these solutions, their businesses grow, they're creating jobs, and then they're creating, too, our overall economy. And then some of these technologies that are developed by SBIR or through the SBIR and STTR funding, they're also used by government agencies so they can build them and sell them back to the government. That makes services like defense, healthcare, and education more efficient. They, of course, because they're encouraging innovation, by investing in this cutting-edge research and development that these incredible small businesses are developing, it helps us, the U.S., stay ahead in global technology and innovation as well.
Can you talk a little bit about any success stories that have come from the programs?
Sure. So one of my favorite is something that I use every day. I have a Philips Sonicare toothbrush, and that was originally came out of SBIR funding. So I think that's a great, very practical example. Another one is, it's a little more complicated, but our COVID vaccines. So the vaccines that companies like Pfizer and Moderna produce use a special technology called mRNA, and that teaches our bodies to make small, harmless pieces of a virus so our immune systems can recognize them and fight those viruses off. And the SBIR and STTR programs supported that development. And that didn't happen overnight. This was years ago. Companies were working on mRNA research, and they got funding from SBIR and STTR programs that helped them take their early ideas and kind of turn them into a working technology. And then when COVID hit, these companies had already made progress with mRNA. And because of the funding and support from the SBIR program, that helped scientists develop the COVID vaccine is one example, but there are others that helped them do that quickly and safely. So, and because of that, then a lot of us were able to get vaccinated and help slow the spread and help us not get sick. Another one that is important is there's a technology that was developed by an organization called Ultravision Corporation. They're actually based in Florida, but this is a technology that's important to me as a woman. They have a patented ultrasound technology for mammograms, so it reduces pain and suffering that we go through when we go do these things to try to take care of ourselves. So that's incredibly important. And equally, we have companies in Maryland that are just doing incredible things. There's a company called Cartech LLC, founded by a woman named Sue Carr, and she found that she's actually a pharmacist, and she found that there was a problem that could be solved by inventing a new kind of needle. It's a filter needle. It's called filter removal of glass. And she had this idea. She has spent years coming to the point where I think she is now getting FDA approval for this, but it actually filters any glass out of medicine that's delivered in a glass ampule, where you have to, I wish I could see you because you would see me gesturing, you have to break the top of the glass ampule to get the medication. And when you draw it out, you want to make sure there aren't any glass shards. So she developed a technology, a way to do this that is safer for patients and for healthcare workers who can suffer from needle stick injuries. So that's just one of the great ways that SBIR and STTR is helping us move forward and live safer, happier lives.
And can you talk about how TEDCO helps Maryland's small businesses who are seeking SBIR funding?
Yes. So we have a couple of programs, and this year I'm really excited because Governor Moore put some funding in his budget for two programs that they're going to be coming online at TEDCO in the next couple of months. I hope no one holds me to that, but that is our goal in the next few months. We have an SBIR matching program so that companies that receive awards for SBIR funding can only use that funding to develop their technology. What they can't do with that is use it to help their marketing efforts, for example. And they need help with that. This is something that companies need support with. So this additional funding that the state is going to provide to Maryland companies is a great way for them to maximize their SBIR dollars and help them move their technology and their solution further towards getting to the people that need it by helping them with things that are not R&D related. So that's one program I'm very excited about. Another one is technical assistance. So there are a lot of companies that think they're interested in SBIR funding. They're really not sure. They want to put an application in, but this is not for the faint of heart. It takes about 150 to 160 hours to write your very first SBIR proposal. So the company needs to really be dedicated to this. And this technical assistance program is going to help those companies write their very first proposal, so that every hour they invest, we're able to make sure that they're closer to developing the kind of proposal that can be funded. So those are two of our programs. Another one is we just recently, I think last week, we got the award from the SBA's Federal and State Technology Partnership Program. So this is a program, and we've been awarded this funding since 2018. And this is the program that is wonderful. It's we work with companies that apply to our proposal lab. We run a 6-month cohort through a proposal lab. And again, this is not for the faint of heart either, because we really press them to learn how to write a proposal, an SBIR or STTR proposal. These companies are writing proposals for the National Science Foundation. So there are 11 federal agencies that have that. They reach a dollar threshold where they have to offer SBIR funding from a portion of their budget. So we use the National Science Foundation because we can reach a wide variety of companies with this program. And they go through a process of actually writing their proposal with us over this 6-month period of time. In addition to that, we're helping them understand their business model, we're teaching them how to develop, not just write the proposal, but how do you write a compelling proposal that's compliant with all the requirements that they have to fulfill, and how do you write it so it's competitive. So it's very rigorous. It is very competitive, and we're so excited that the SBA chose us again. They only fund one organization per state, and TEDCO has been able to receive that funding every year since 2018. So
if people want to get more information, where should they go?
They should go to TEDCO's website, and they can search for SBIR, and our SBIR webpage will pop up. They should also be following us on social media. Our marketing team does an incredible job of getting the word out, and this is so important because businesses need to know that these programs exist. So follow us on social media, sign up for our newsletter, and we hope to have our website up and running and open for applications. We just got word that we got funding, so we're going to get that up very soon. We're going to offer a few office hours where companies can just join us to ask questions, get their questions answered, and learn more about the SBIR program. And I want to say this proposal lab in particular, what the SBA wants to do with this funding is to really focus on helping small disadvantaged businesses, women-owned businesses, and rural-based businesses. So much of Maryland is rural. That we've got to have ways to reach out to those companies that are innovative in rural areas and aren't in the center of the state. So we have this program that can help them.
All right, thank you so much, Kim Mozingo. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. If I'm not, please let me know. I'm so sorry about that.
No, you are. It rhymes with bingo.
Good. And she is the VP for Federal Programs for TEDCO. Go to TEDCO's website, look up the SBIR program. Also follow them on social media. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you, Dr. Kaye. I appreciate your time.
Absolutely.